Hey, everyone. Welcome to this week's very special session of The Good, the Bad, and the Truth. It is your girl, Naya Angel, coming through with my homies for life, Mr. PAT and E-Man. What's
Up,
up, fellas?
What's up? What's good? What's good out there, listeners? What's good?
So, everyone, this is a very special episode. It is the 50th episode here at The Good, the Bad, and the Truth. We appreciate all of our
Yes.
supporters so much.
yes, we
We're
do.
super
Yes, we
excited.
do.
You all have been excellent. We've been getting that wonderful feedback from all across the globe. We've, learned we have listeners in India and London, and a few in Africa, the US, Canada. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's get that YouTube subscription and support up. We are super happy to be able to provide you all with this content. And this episode is very special to us, the 50th episode. We're going to take a walk back through memory lane and reminisce on some of our favorite moments filming thus far. Oh, man, fellas, where do we even begin?
Right.
I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Oh, man, we've had some great moments.
yeah.
Oh my funniest moment when we first started, funniest moment when we did the Superman, when we did the Justice League episode and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was a
listen-
dope episode.
Yes,
That was
it
a
was.
good-
That's one of my favorites.
Yup,
And
that's one of mine,
still,
too.
and still, every time I listen to it, I still laugh when PAT stated verbatim when he stated basically he was like, "Yo, I had to forget about the movie," and it was just so damn funny. And I keep laughing every time I hear it.
Something along the lines of he pretends like the movie doesn't exist.
It's
Yeah.
at all.
when we talking about the Joss Whedon Justice League.
Yes,
the Joss
yes.
version of
Oh my
Just
goodness.
saying it right now, I'm just like, oh man, y'all reminded me that it does exist. Fuck.
My man completely erased it out of his memory bank. Like,
Yeah,
just not
And I said
Yeah.
the joke wasn't even that bad, but I was like, damn,
bruh.
don't even exist.
Man, sir,
Man.
sir, Basuda.
Yeah. Throw some
Basuda.
hot garbage juice.
Yeah.
I-
Summertime garbage juice. Like,
See,
sitting out all day garbage juice.
man, that Mortal Kombat joint was really good, but I
Yeah.
just feel it's so
Very.
funny. I heard my playback on the joint when I kept calling it shit, and then the whole rant I did, the whole thing about the toilet and the shit thing. I replayed it back, and I was listening to it, and I was like, damn, I was a fucking fool. Cause I didn't know what I said at first, because I was just speaking at the moment.
Right.
But at the moment,
Right.
because I was so mad, because
Right.
when we were about to start recording, I just finished the movie, and I was like,
Right.
man, this
Oh
shit
man,
sucked.
some of
Yeah, that
our
was a
best
disappointment.
moments came from you just like being in the throw and the passion of it. Because, sir, your whole Ben Affleck is not
Oh.
Batman rant is freaking classic, bro. You went off on my guy Ben Affleck.
Yeah, you did.
Like I stated before, I don't have no beef with Ben Affleck. I really don't. We all know he's not supposed to be playing Batman. My nerds out there been supporting me, and I thank y'all for that. But yeah,
Oh
know?
Lord.
No.
So
No.
people been enabling that Ben Affleck as Batman. Hey,
Oh yeah, well, there's gonna be people out there who enable him, I mean,
Mhm.
but we
There
know
was-
there's people on the other side of the spectrum too, who
Right,
fuck with
exactly.
Ben Affleck as Batman.
I mean, other people that I talked to actually gave him credit that he played a good Bruce Wayne. But me,
Mhm.
I ain't giving you no credit, man. You did a horrible job.
So no credit, not even on Bruce Wayne.
Never on Bruce Wayne. Yes,
Damn.
Ben. Like I said,
No
Ben,
credit
I ain't
at all.
got no beef with you, Ben. But yeah, I'm giving you zero credit for your credit.
Oh wait,
Josh
a minute,
Whedon,
brother.
I'm gonna show you how
We-
crazy. Josh Whedon even said it himself that you guys were beefing, and he stated he cut your parts out, my man. So he already knew you was a shitty Batman.
Well,
I don't know
put
what
out a
he
lot
was
of
bro.
fight.
doing.
Wait a minute, bro. If memory serves me correctly, we had a question for you of if Ben Affleck wasn't the proper person for that role, he wasn't the best person for that role, who you thought was a better fit. I don't recall us getting that answer yet, PAT. Did you get that answer?
Yo, I
No,
gave y'all the answer, but y'all
Who?
said the dude who was playing him already played
Mhm.
Robin in the last Batman joint with
Oh,
Christian
you talking
Bale.
about Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah, but here comes the thing that many people don't know about that movie. Christian Bale already said he's not playing Batman no more, so that was the end of it. So I'm like, yo, put that man as Batman because he played a hell of a Robin, and I know he can play Batman. He
I
got the
they
look.
were going to maybe consider making him Nightwing.
right. I would say
I don't
Oh
Nightwing.
know if he was going to be
no!
Batman.
Oh no!
Yeah, I can't
Oh
see him as Batman, honestly.
Nah. And then
Nightwing.
also not that age group, right? Because what we
I
were
mean,
saying
he's 40
was,
though. I mean, with all the CGI and other things and all those like, the makeup and all that stuff they do, man, they can make that man pass like he like, 55 or something like that.
no,
No,
that's,
no.
that's not
He
going to
just
work.
doesn't fit.
So,
That's
you
not going to
know,
work,
I
sir.
don't know. I mean, I can probably look at the Friends cast and whatnot and see who can probably play Batman.
What?
But yeah,
Oh,
What?
no.
because
Friends
if they
cast.
letting Ben play Batman, hell, this should be like a whole. This should be like a whole like if they got Ben Affleck playing Batman, man, now it's just saying, you know what? Let's start this picking people from all different roles that Ben did, movies
So
with and
you
what and
just chose
show.
some random group of folks like the Friends cast.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Friends cast.
yeah,
Where'd
might
that
as
come
well.
from?
You might as well. You just might as well. Because they letting Ben Affleck play Batman, and then because he playing Batman now, Ben's getting everything now. See,
Sir, that is
man,
so crazy.
we need
Man.
to discredit him very quickly and whatnot.
But you know Affleck's a director though. He's a
Right,
that
right,
too.
producer, and he's been directing and producing his own movies. Which
right.
some of
Like
them were
Argo
solid
and
movies.
Gone Girl, right? Or was it just Argo?
No, he did Argo and Gone Girl.
Yeah, both of those were lit.
Yeah, those were solid movies. And
Yeah.
I think he did The Town also.
Right. I was gonna say I think The Town too, which was also a good movie.
Yeah. So I don't know. You just don't want to give him credit.
No, I'm not discrediting him as a director. He's not a bad director. I think he can do that. I feel like that is what he's good at. But damn, man, this is how I'm feeling about Ben Affleck. I feel like this is what Ben should have done. Ben should have just looked at himself, took his pink slip, put it in the box, and just be like, you know what? I couldn't do this. And just walk off set and be like, let me just stick to directing. And I'd be like,
You said
yes,
and just
Ben.
walk off set.
Just walk off set and be like, you know what? I am not that great of an actor. I'll be like, yes, Ben, you're not that great of an actor. I still love you though, man. Still love you though.
Break. My man said it just walk off set. You know
Just
what?
walk
I
off
quit
set, Ben.
because I'm horrible.
Ben, I'll help.
Yeah.
I'll help you pack everything in the car.
Wait a minute. I got a legitimate question, man. How come you ain't showing all of this, angst towards my dude George Clooney, who definitely should have did that shit by
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I was
man.
about to
Didn't
say,
I-
George Clooney was definitely by far the worst
hold on,
Batman.
at all. Period.
It's so funny. I actually rewatched that bad movie, but here comes the thing. Didn't I say there was? I don't know. We need to check the episode because I remember when y'all. I remember I said something about George Clooney that he needs to hang himself and whatnot.
Oh Lord.
I just forgot what episode it was. Only
That
because
is one level of extreme. Okay,
I was heated at the moment because I feel like was it that Batman rant? I gotta double check where was that.
Yeah,
But
we were talking about Batman. It was on the same episode with Ben Affleck when we were talking about Ben Affleck. We talked about all the other Batmans also.
Right.
And then did I follow up? That was like, yeah, Joe Clooney was about. He should just hang himself. He shouldn't have even done that role in the first place.
So who was worse, George Clooney or Ben
Right.
Affleck?
Great question.
Damn. Ooh.
George
Man.
Clooney. This is not nothing.
Yeah, this ain't even something to think about.
Man, that means I gotta give Ben credit for him being better than George Clooney.
Bruh, I cannot get you between Ben Affleck as Batman and you doing the dog whistling on the DMX dedication episode, which by the way was one of my favorite episodes ever. Rest in peace.
Same here. I love that episode.
Yes, that's definitely one of my favorite. But sir, that damn barking.
Yo, it's so crazy.
Every time I listen to that episode, sir.
Man.
Every time.
So when
That
I heard
takes
about
me out.
so when I heard about the whole DMX thing, because I was like, man, I had to actually practice it because I used to do a little bit of DMX impressions because when I was listening to him, I thought, I was X-Men and whatnot. But since I haven't done it in a while, I was like, man, I need to get back into that mode. So I started watching a few of his interviews, started listening to a few DMX songs. I was like, all right, I got my mind right. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was going to walk in. I was like, man, I'm going to just do it for you. And I'm going to just start acting like X, and just came in this thing and just rocked it out. So
speaking of DMX impression, you know which comedian did a good one? Cat Williams.
Oh yeah. Really? Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh yeah, it was that damn his the big I know he had a couple big comedy specials, but one of the first ones, damn, I really should remember that one too. But yeah, he did like a little impression of DMX, and yeah, that was
what's his name? Did a good impression of DMX.
Checking that out.
Definitely checking that out. What's his name? Did a good one. Ari Spears.
Yeah, Ari Spears.
Oh yes,
when he did his little stand-up joke, when he was talking about, if you had like I think LL, Snoop Dogg, DMX, and like and Jay-Z on a track and whatnot. I was like, man, that was actually a dope bit and whatnot. That was really dope. So did
y'all see that Saturday Night Live? I think it was Saturday Night Live. I'm not sure. Where Ari Spears played DMX's mom.
Oh
yeah! Did y'all see that clip?
I think that was Mad TV.
Yeah, Mad TV. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Yep.
That was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite little clips from off of like a show like that. DMX did such a good job, and Ari Spears played his mom, and that was absolutely hilarious. Man, I miss X so much.
Okay, the Cat Williams special was the Pimp Chronicles.
It was the first Pimp Chronicles. Yeah,
the first Pimp Chronicles. Yeah, when he was wearing that green suit.
Because that's actually his rank. That's actually his best like grossing like special.
Yeah, man. I mean, that shit was a classic for real. I mean,
really? I can't remember that. I'm sure I've seen it, but I haven't seen a Cat Williams special in so long.
Yeah, he hasn't been out for a while. But
right. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out now because you said he got a DMX impersonation.
Yeah, he got a little impression of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, fellas. Yeah, that's definitely, I would say, one of my favorite episodes. It's so hard for to choose just a few favorite episodes because we be so lit in every one of them.
Right.
But the DMX episode was definitely special. Another one that really, really came through, in my opinion, was when we did the review of all the movie trailers, and we just had that fun kind of dork out moment a few episodes ago where we were going through
the session.
Yes, all the superhero movie trailers. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a chance to really
geek out on.
Yeah. Whenever we get to geek out, that's because we cover so many serious topics. It's every once in a while to fall back and of course, not that there's anything wrong with it. That was the point of us creating this platform. But every once in a while, just have those complete geek out moments. That episode was so lit.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I ain't gonna lie, because that week I was ready to talk about everything, and I'm definitely seeing Black Widow coming out this summer.
Yes, I want to see it.
Yeah, definitely want to see that one.
Hopefully, it actually comes out in July.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know.
Third pushback now.
Right, it was 3, 4, 5.
Right.
A lot of pushbacks. Yeah. But actually, they put out the trailer for the Eternals.
I didn't get a chance to see that yet, but I'm excited to see the trailer. Is it dope?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I honestly don't have much of an interest in it, but I think it's going to be one of those. I mean, it's one of those movies that people are going to go see because it's a Marvel movie.
True.
But, there's nobody really recognizable, of course.
Right.
And
What
of
movie
course,
you talking about?
The
the Eternals.
Eternals.
Internals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel had
Is
the
Valkyrie one of the characters?
Valkyrie from Thor.
Yeah.
Nah, nah,
Yeah.
she's not in there.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay. Because
but
it's supposed to be like ancient superheroes or something, right?
right, they're basically immortals, and they've lived on
Mm-hmm.
Earth for thousands of years in secret.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been like hiding in secret. Basically not hiding in secret, but living in secret, basically. And
Okay.
I guess they, for lack of a better phrase, they come to the surface where they, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
show themselves or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, basically they're immortals. They're immortals.
Definitely going to check it out.
I'll check
Definitely.
it out.
Ooh.
I'll check it out. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the trailer for sure. Quick note because you mentioned the word immortal, and I meant to ask you all before the last time we were talking about superhero stuff, but I forgot. Do either one of you watch that show on Amazon Prime called Invincible?
not yet. I mean, I've
uh,
had a lot of people
I've been
talk to
hearing
me
about
about
it.
it, but that's
Fellas,
something I got on my list to watch. People told me it was
oh
really good.
man, trust me. Okay, here's the thing. Do you all watch the show on Amazon Prime called The Boys?
Oh
I
yeah,
watched The
yeah.
Boys. I've
That
seen
that's my
that.
shit right
It's
there.
that
Me
joint is
too.
very interesting. It's been hard for me to follow, but it's a very interesting show.
Okay,
That's a
so
dope
if
show.
you like The Boys, you are going to definitely like Invincible
All
because
right.
it's similar to that premise, except for it's an animation.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
really
Invincible. Yeah,
good.
it's an
Check
Already
that
animation.
piqued
out,
my
fellas.
Yeah,
interest.
it's an animation. Yeah, it's an animation.
Yeah, check that out, fellas. You're gonna
Yeah.
really like that. It's only had one season so far, and then season two is supposed to be coming out in a few weeks, I think I saw.
Okay.
So
All
super,
right.
super excited about that. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite episodes. We just had the opportunity to kind of nerd out and talk through things, and it's just so many, it's so hard
Yeah,
to choose.
it
I
is.
mean, it
It is.
is.
What
It
I will
is.
say though, I could name, I guess two of my least favorite,
Hmm.
and for me, honestly, it'll probably be the first two episodes.
Hmm.
The one where we talked about Tom Brady and Trump,
Yeah.
and then the other
Okay.
one with Chad Wheeler and
Hmm.
yeah, Chad Wheeler's situation.
Hmm.
Um, I would say the Kaepernick one too. I wasn't too crazy about, which that was the third episode,
Hmm.
and reason being is because we were just starting out at the time, and
Right.
for
I
especially those
agree.
first two episodes, I was just winging it. I didn't have any notes or anything, so I wasn't really prepared. So I don't know, when I listen to them, I mean the episodes are good, but like just when I like look at like what's my favorite, least favorite, like to me, at least for me anyway, they would be, I guess, lower on the totem pole, because it's like you're trying to find your groove in a
Yourself.
way.
Right.
Right, yeah. And it's
That
like
makes
the whole
sense.
podcast thing was like, it was new to me. So
Right.
I was just kind of like, and I was nervous, and it was just a lot going on with those
Yeah.
in particular.
Yeah.
That
No,
makes
that
sense. That
it
makes
runs
sense.
like a
I mean,
team.
because to be honest, I mean, I haven't listened to the first like three episodes to really be honest. But when we first came out, I did listen to it, so I can work on not just my delivery, but just more of I had to find my groove and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot,
Hmm.
and
Exactly.
that was the thing. And then after more like topics, and when we finally got our groove, like everything just felt well, because for me, I have my notes, but then also I got my physical notes, and I got my mental notes
Right,
also,
right.
going on. So it's just been good, because the one
Yeah.
thing that really shocked me and everything was like our Shannon Sharp episode got the
Now
most
that's
views
actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, me
on
too.
on YouTube. Like, I was like, what? And this is so crazy. Before that, it was the whole Stacey Dash joint that we did, and that had the
Hmm.
most
And
views
Candace Owens,
yeah,
right?
and the
Right, it was
Candace
like,
Owens
yeah,
one
Candace Owens.
Yeah.
after the simple fact we put the Shannon Sharp one out. So I'm thinking, because I called Stacey, a hoe and whatnot, But I think, wasn't that the one that made a reference from 3 6 Mafia and whatnot? That you gave me
I
praise
was the
now,
one.
Angel? I think, was it that one? I think it was.
I think it was that one.
Yeah, I think it was that one. And and it was so crazy because when I played it, I just keep laughing from it and whatnot. And I was like, damn, that was good. And I see why that one had the most views because
Mhm.
we had something that was good, and then because how Nia does everything, and when I say something, it's always a good rebuttal behind it. So I was like, man, that was dope. You know,
Which one was the episode where you started the "Don't Save These Hoes" movement?
I think that was the Russell Wilson one.
it was the Russell
Okay,
Wilson one.
right.
Yeah, which I like that one too.
Yes,
Listen,
that was a really good episode because my man was like, a couple of times he was like, "Come on, man, these hoes don't want to be saved," and it's so funny because I hadn't heard that in so long since the song, right?
Right.
So it was just so fresh again.
so yeah.
Oh
So
man, you can always depend on E-Man to keep you on your toes.
Right.
yeah,
Coming from left field and shit.
man. So yeah. I would thought, the Coming to America like 2-1 would probably have a little bit more views, but it
Oh
seemed like a lot.
man,
I feel like
right.
it was just so much disconnect with that movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Definitely some disconnect there. I'm not,
yeah,
yeah, but I'm kind of surprised that didn't get more views just because of the time we put it out, and of
hmm,
course there was like all this talk surrounding it, and
right,
of course people were listening to other people's opinions on what the movie was like, and everybody was talking about how bad it was and all this other shit.
right.
So
That's because everyone already knew it was busted.
right,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Pretty much people knew. They're just like, I ain't even. I'm not gonna watch the movie again. I'm not gonna listen to any reviews. And
yeah.
just fuck it,
Right. I
But
still haven't seen that movie a second time. I do not have any desire to.
Well, yeah,
Although
I
I
I have
agree.
no
I
desire
support Black
agree.
to
I
watch it a
business,
agree.
second
like,
time.
Yeah, it's only
yeah,
been one watch, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
because
only
I'm good
one.
on it.
I didn't like how they had a storyline, but they keep adding stuff to Coming to America, and then it made it seem like like even when like that club scene in that what's her name, Leslie, the that comedian and whatnot.
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, Leslie Jones and whatnot. You saw how they kept cutting back from the old one, and they try to put the fillers, from
Yeah,
Coming to
I didn't
America
like
in that
that.
whole club scene, how that
Yeah,
thing happened and whatnot. I was like,
yeah,
nah.
that was a cheap
Yeah,
vibe.
it was cheesy, bro. Like it was cheesy.
Yeah,
So I was like, man, but I don't know. They made it work because they thought, we all in the house. They'll come give us a shitty movie and we'll roll with it. But the
Not
one,
let me throw out a shitty movie real quick.
I think that's how a lot of I think that's the approach with a lot of the content coming out. I mean,
Hmm.
don't get me wrong, there's some good stuff out there, but there's definitely like a conveyor belt of like bad movies, like people just throwing shit out there just to, just throw it out there. And I mean, Coming to America is definitely included in that. Coming to America 2 is definitely included in that, where it's just like, well, the original Coming to America was a classic. Everybody loved it. So let's
Hmm.
do this sequel. And
that's
once we
true.
throw the sequel out there, since it has, most of the old cast members, people just eat it up,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's like, nah, this was some shit.
Right,
Really,
period. I told y'all those accents are so offensive, bruh. Like, bruh, you didn't take any time whatsoever to even try with those freaking accents. The accents in the first movie,
mhm.
like they at least put some like effort
Yeah,
towards
you
it.
can
It
tell there's
felt
definitely
like,
more effort in it. Yep.
That
yeah,
salt and
it
pepper
the
thing caught me off guard. Like, what
hmm
I was like, salt and pepper. I was like, what the, you
right,
know?
the whole alive funeral thing. I was like, oh my gosh, bruh. This was really just an opportunity to put a whole bunch of black pop culture artists in one movie. That's really
Yep.
what you did,
That's
thinking it
basically
will
what they
appeal to
did.
the masses.
Yep.
And then they killed the best character, man. I thought the man was gonna be at least in the movie. How you gonna kill one of the best characters literally, like, in 20 minutes of the movie? I'm like, damn, I should have just killed
Who you talking
Arsenio
about?
Hall's
King
character or
Joffrey
something like
Jumper?
that. Because they barely used him in the movie, you know?
Yeah,
But
listen, the fact that they had the opportunity to make Michael Blackson the general and
that's
didn't is stupid as hell. He would have been perfect as the general.
my man Michael would have said something so wild and
Yeah,
whatnot.
he's out. Yeah, he's
He
out
Well,
wild.
which
there.
is what they tried to do with Wesley Snipes to a certain extent. And it's like, bruh, Michael Blackson would have done a perfect job at it.
I
I
agree.
appreciate getting Wesley back into the fold. You know, it was a minute that he was out of Hollywood, following a whole bunch of stuff, but come
That
on.
tax evasion stuff, but that's
Yeah.
just neither here or
Yeah,
there.
he got wrapped up with all that. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
At least, but
Yeah.
that movie brought him back in. You know.
Mm.
Right. So I appreciate that. I will give it that. But come on, bro. All the other antics and all of that stuff was just way too over the top.
That's true.
Yeah.
But here comes something. So you remember that Chet Hanks episode that we did, the White Boy Summer
Oh
jump?
man, that's
Yes,
another one.
white boy
Man,
That's one of
that
my
summer.
favorites.
PSA, but man, Pat say, look, man, fuck telling everyone who's coming to the cookout. We need to stop this shit.
Yeah, I
Man,
spazzed on that one. I think I
that,
spazzed on that.
I listened to that John probably when we first came in. I listened to that John 4 times just to hear Pat say it so much and everything.
Yeah, man, that shit really irks me, man. Like, I definitely spazzed.
That was
on
the
that
first
one.
time seeing him get up. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Fact.
imaginary cookout shit it needs to stop for real.
Right. Exactly. And for the dumbest fucking reasons, bruh. The
Yeah.
dumbest reasons. All of a sudden, like, a whole bunch of shit is forgotten because they put seasoned on the chicken this time or whatever the
Right.
case may be. Like, bruh, fuck that seasoning.
Right.
I would say this, when I listen to that Paul Pierce, like episode and whatnot, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in myself, but I should have went more in on Paul Pierce because I feel like because I was just so pissed at him and whatnot, it just didn't make no sense. And I remember Nia made fun of me because I said, well, it was some of the situation about the whole my phone was hacked and like the naked pictures and whatnot. If you remember, I forgot what I said, but you listened what I said, and it was like so funny. And when I keep playing back, I was like, man, I should have thrown Paul like down into. I should have just dug his own grave, to really be honest, because man, grown folks can do grown folks things, but like, I still don't know why everybody put it on like IG and whatnot. I don't know, but
I mean, that's
just
the thing to do. It's like whatever people do is just they just want to put it up on social media.
Mhm.
That's just the thing today. And it's like, for what? Like, I mean, like,
you,
bruh,
man.
like, why? Like, there's just certain shit that doesn't need to go on social media.
That's true.
Fact. Whole fact. People putting their whole life, like, and I understand that people use social media for different reasons, right? It's a forum for promoting businesses, communicating with friends, and etc.
Right.
But at the exact same time, like the type of person that I am, you ain't about to see my whole life story on any one of my social media platforms.
Yeah, same here.
Bruh, that is not what I use it for.
Right. Yep.
No.
Same here. Social media is for business, entertainment, and that's it.
That's about it.
Period.
No-
People
no-
giving their whole life story on their page. Like,
Right.
bruh,
Posting
why
up-
don't you just write a book?
Right.
Make more money.
I don't know how people keep up with like posting like every probably like 10 to 12 minutes about what your next move is. I was like,
Yeah, I
damn.
can't stand that shit either. It's like they're about to do X, Y, and Z, or they're at this
Right.
place, they're checking in, and it's like, why do we need to know that you're at Walmart?
Exactly.
Why do we need to know that you're at Target or Home Depot? Like,
Exactly. You ain't bringing me shit. I don't
right?
Right.
Or you're at the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, who gives a fuck?
Unless you get ready to drop me off something, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
man, oh man.
Yeah, people just be doing the most with social media, all that
Absolutely.
personal shit. I mean, people use it for different reasons, fine,
Mhm.
but all that personal shit and posting pics of like, family and vacations and all, it's just that ain't for me,
Nah, feel you on that.
Yeah.
Completely. And I think, fellas, we've had so many organic and just awesome conversations, even when we, have decided to talk about one topic and then, it ends up going into another. And that's because for us, it's so organic and raw. You know what
Right.
I mean?
I
Right.
agree.
For those of our listeners out there who may not know our story, all three of us grew up in an area in Maryland, and we've known each other for a while. And we would go back and forth on each other's pages all the time on social media about
Right.
these different subjects. And, people
Social media.
around us would be like, man, I just spent an hour reading y'all whole comment section, put this into a podcast. And that's how we came to be. So this authenticity between the three of us started out, with these social media posts, and that's how real it really is for us. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Very true.
that's what
Just
makes it
start
dope.
from social media. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I tell everyone, y'all not gonna get anything better than this. Like, and it's not just because it's not just because E-Man be saying wild shit and whatnot. You know, PAT be out there selling y'all with some good information. And some really good thought, and also with Nine Angel too. I just spice everything up because y'all don't even know what I'm going to say and whatnot.
That is very true. That I
Yeah.
can't honestly say. I never know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, all right, what
Yeah.
are you gonna
They,
say?
and I'm gonna put it right here out here on the reminiscent. Like, well, before we hit record and whatnot, nobody knows my thoughts or anything I've written down. So I don't even share anything with them before we get on the air. So when we get on the air, that's when they hear everything.
Real life reactions.
Yep.
So these are all real life reactions. This
Right,
ain't
in real
nothing.
time.
Yeah, this is not nothing planned at all. So everything that I comes out of my mouth and everything, and the thought that I speak and the words that I put out here to all y'all listeners, it's actually true, and they don't know nothing about what's about to come out. And that's why
That authenticism is authenticism a word, or did I just make that up?
that's cool. We can make
Hey, it's
words
cool.
for
We can
that
make up
though.
words, but
Authenticity, right?
we can make it up. That's cool, but
Right.
Yo,
This is good, the bad, the truth. We can make up whatever word we want. How
right.
about that?
if Factitis or Folix is now a new disease, we can make up words.
Foxitis apparently is a legitimate defense, sir. Didn't you hear? Especially if you're of a certain pigment.
Right, yeah. Certain
Man,
pigment and
the
certain I guess political group or wing or whatever.
Yeah, foxitis is a word according to that. So, fuck it. If people gonna be sitting around making up words, I'm going with authenticity.
We might
Yep,
as well
that's
too.
right.
I mean, I do it all the time. Like
Yeah, we can
LeBrick
make up words
James.
too.
You know, you know,
You're
like
right.
LeBrick James. Yeah, I just saw a clip of him on IG not too long ago. I think he flopped and whatnot. I think over Chris Paul. I think after he shot a free throw, everybody said he was like being so overreacted. I'm like, well, of course, he's a big baby. What do you think big babies do? They cry. They don't. They need to be wiped. He needs to be burped. So that's what he did when he was on the ground. I'm not too sure if they won or lost because I ain't watched the game, but
Who we talking about?
Mr. LeBrick James, by the way,
Oh,
Mr.
I
LeBrick
had a
James.
feeling because I was like, okay,
my
who's he
man
talking about?
LeBron again,
But yeah,
sir.
I was like, oh, he's gonna say LeBrick.
Oh no! Come on,
So,
sir. Again, let me just make this clear. LeBron, we love you, LeBron.
so so I always get these. I love seeing silly things from Mr. LeBrick because you make everything so magical on the court when you flop, man. I can't. I thought Dwayne was bad. I think this is what I think. When you played at Miami, I think you and Dwayne had a conversation, and it was like, "Yo, man, we need to start making our flops. We got to start selling them." Since he was in Miami, man, the break you've been doing an excellent job selling all your flops. Like I ain't. That's the one credit I can give to you because, man, if flopping was a sport, man, you would be number one at it. Best believe that, and that's giving credit to you. So, That's just
I
PC.
really cannot believe you just said his flopping was a sport. First of all, you better put some respect on my dude's name, sir. We talking about King James, Mr. LeBron
Yep,
James,
Mr. LeBron
aka been
James.
killing the league for I don't even know how many years, sir. How about that?
Speaking of LeBron, that was actually a pretty good episode too that we did about
Yes, it
him and
was.
the restaurant owner who
Mm-hmm.
basically said
The
that
bar owner who thought
bar owner
anyone gave a damn enough to
yeah
I,
that guy,
literally.
I'm not even
Yeah.
going to entertain that
but
because
he wanted
Man, this
LeBron
man
suspended or
said,
some
I will
shit.
not play any more NBA games. Fellas, not just Laker games, NBA games at
Right, he
all.
just said NBA games. Period. Yep.
like I said
He
before,
needs to take
man,
a
what you gonna be
huge
doing
ass
from the
L.
what you gonna be doing from November all the way down to like like what like between February and March, bro? You in trouble, man. Because if you like I told him before, if you ain't got no basketball playing, baseball don't hit until like April. So what you got, bro? You know the
He
NCAA
wildin',
tournament
bro.
it ain't gonna hold you down enough. But all NBA games, man, what did I say? Did I say something like, "Yo, his wife should like literally just slap him"? I remember saying something so foul, but
Yeah, I said I think we all agreed that his wife need to take a L because I introduced that. I feel like that's a moment where you got to step up as wifey and be like, "Babe, you okay?
Right. Yeah.
Love
You
you,
definitely
but you
gotta
realize
give
we
him
not
that
about to fuck up
look.
this
you gotta
business,
check
right?"
him in. Check
Yeah,
him.
give him that look. Give him that look. You know.
You know that commercial where Joe Pesci is hungry and he not himself when he hungry. I would have hit my hubby like, "Baby, are you hungry? You want me to make you a sandwich?" Because it ain't no way we gonna stop playing all NBA games just because you don't like LeBron. Sit your ass down somewhere, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Well,
was definitely in his feelings about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right.
Y'all
He
remember the
waits.
episode? Sorry about that. But y'all remember the episode when that white dude and whatnot, when he was trying to like, like he was trying to push that I think I'm not sure if he was a kid, but the joint about him walking on the sidewalk and whatnot.
Oh,
Y'all
down in
remember? Yeah.
South Carolina, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, because I kept replaying it, and I love how I called him. What did I call him? I called him a chisel chalupa. Was it
Oh,
chisel
yeah,
chalupa?
yeah,
Wait,
I called him something.
yeah, yeah. I remember. I think it was Chalupa.
Yeah. And then
what?
it was so fun. And let me see how funny it was. I remember saying that and whatnot, and then Naya was like, "Yo," and she stopped and whatnot. She was like, "You know what?" She was like, "Yo, what this term is, this is joning and whatnot." How she came right back afterwards when I said it, because I think at that point I was just joning on them because I was just like,
Oh, not Chisel Chalupa though. Damn, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
he
listen
said
to it. 'Cause I remember,
that.
like you look like a damn chisel chalupa, and then you start laughing and whatnot.
Bruh, I
And he was like,
cannot
"Yo,"
with you.
because I was
Oh
joning for
man,
like
that's
2 minutes on him because it bothered me a lot because I was like, I was like, "Yo,
yeah, we've definitely had some very memorable moments. And again, all of this is, for the appreciation and the support of our listeners out there. We definitely try to make sure that we're bringing you content that is, important and relevant to our community. But not just that, also, we like to have those incredible moments of rawness and truth, where we let the conversation takes us wherever it goes. Again, we appreciate y'all so much.
Yes, we
We
do.
continue to appreciate that support.
Absolutely. Make sure to
So,
absolutely
subscribe, share, like, do all that.
yes,
do
please do, please
everything."
do. If you
Subscribe,
haven't
subscribe.
already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. The Good, the Bad, the Truth podcast. We got your girl Naya Angel, my guy PAT, and the man himself, E-Man.
Yes, yes, yes. But before we head out, all right, E-Man has to give out a few shout outs because there's a lot of people out there that I love and that's been really helping me, not just for this podcast, but those out there who got a lot of love for E-Man. You know, E-Man's about to have a quick shout out for everything before we head out. So I got a long list and whatnot, like a long, long list. I'm gonna try to go through everybody. If I miss you, let me know, and I'll get y'all the next time. But here we go. So first and foremost, I gotta give a shout out to my man A Rock out here in the county. I gotta give out a shout out to my girl Kathy out there in Kansas. I also gotta give a shout out to my girl Bella out there in Texas. I gotta give a shout out for my three goddesses out there in Minnesota, Aisha, Tisha, and Jewel. I also gotta give a shout out to my girl Kimmy out there in PA. I also gotta give a shout out to my girl Carissa out there in Texas. I also gotta give a shout out to my girl Ann, Crystal, and my girl Layla out there in California. I also gotta give a shout out to my girl Michaela out here in Maryland. I want to give a shout out to my girl Shells out there in Georgia. I also want to give a big shout out to my homie and his wife, Calvin and Angela out there in Virginia. I also want to give a shout out to my two homies that I met, who really helped me out, during a hard time during this pandemic out there in Australia. Penny and Susan. All right. I want to give a good shout out to my girl Krista out there in Jacksonville, Florida. I want to give a good shout out to my man Rod out there in NY. I also want to give a good shout out to my man David out there in NY also too. And then I also want to give a shout out to my girl Carlita out there in California. And I want to give a special shout out to my goddess out there named Diamond, all the way from Chicago. You've been the world, and you have really helped me out see a better self in me. And words can't even express anything right now. But I can tell you, like, you're amazing. No flat out lie. You are just so amazing. And then I gotta give a big shout out to my alkaline vegan community out there. I gotta give a good shout out to my mom, to Alkaline Mommy, who's a really good friend of mine. I also want to give a shout out to another good friend of mine, Alkaline Aquarius, and I also want to give a good shout out to my girl, Corinda, who has one of the best alkaline cookbooks out there, and she's amazing. All right. And then my last and final shout out, all right, is my girl Jessica out there in Texas. You guys have been amazing. You guys, everyone that's really helped me out, not just with my alkaline journey, but those who've been always good to email. I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate all y'all. All right, we out.
Yes, 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 y'all.